Sadhguru used to be a regular spiritual teacher to me until one moment. There was a single moment that he stopped being a spiritual teacher and he became my guru. And at that point, I didn't even know what guru meant. And I'm going to talk about that today in this video. The funny thing is that after Bhava Spandana, which I talked about in this video, I had experienced something very incredible, but I wasn't blindly devoted. I wasn't someone who just followed people because everyone else's did, and I actually found that cringy. I trusted that something very special was happening at Isha. I didn't yet understand what it was, and I didn't know what actually having a guru meant and why people were bowing down to Sadhguru. There was one moment that completely changed my relationship with Sadhguru. Before that day, he was someone I respected. I started liking his wisdom. I was watching his videos and I loved the experiences I had in Isha. But I wouldn't have called him my guru, or couldn't even get myself to, kind of bow down like everybody else's did. And I was just wondering, why are these people doing all of this thing? I didn't understand. In fact, after Bhava Spandana, I still had a healthy amount of skepticism and I needed to experience things for myself and really was curious to understand what was happening at Isha. As you guys have seen in this video, Bhava Spandana completely shook my world. It wasn't something that I could explain to my friends or family, but I just knew that something really profound had happened to me. I was trying to talk to people who did Bhava Spandana with me, so that really brought a little bit of peace in my life. I remember coming home thinking that I wanted to know more and I wanted to do everything. I genuinely wanted to understand life better and understand the human nature and why we are the way we are. I wanted to understand myself, and naturally I started signing up for every program that I could, and that's when Shunya came along, and that was the next program that I wanted to take. I remember being ridiculously excited for Shunya. I was so excited. It felt like, I was a kid and I was going to school for the first time. That's how excited I was. When you're excited and you're also nervous because you don't know what's supposed to happen and nobody's really telling you what's going to happen in the program. But there was another side to me at that moment that people couldn't see. Mentally, I was struggling a lot, to be honest. Even though I was excited for the program, I had so much going on internally. I wasn't in the mood to socialize. I didn't want to make friends. I was 100% focused to receive whatever that was supposed to be received during Shunya, because I knew it was really dependent on me. For some reason at that point, that's what I thought. I'm like, if life brought me up here for a reason, then I don't want to miss a single moment from this program, and I want to make sure this happens to me, whatever it is, and whatever Sadhguru intended for us to experience, I wanted to experience it all. And that was my literal goal, and I was just so focused on it. I couldn't even speak to anybody. I was just so focused on that one single goal for Shunya to happen to me. I remember I was constantly walking around the ashram and I was reminding myself, stay present, be meditative, don't get distracted with other things. Whatever is meant to happen is supposed to happen here, and just let it happen. Don't resist it. Now, I'm going to be intentionally careful here because I never want to spoil these programs for anybody that wants to and plans to take these programs. Part of the beauty of these programs is not knowing what's going to happen at the program. But I can tell you what happened to me specifically emotionally. During the program, I entered a state of meditation that I didn't even realize I had entered. It was so crazy. It wasn't until afterwards that I actually understood what was happening. I was like, wait, something just happened. What was it that I was experiencing? And I was trying to reflect on it. And it was just realizing that I could never had brought myself into that state of deep meditation, not with effort, not with discipline. Nothing could put me in that state, even if I tried years and years. I could just tell how deep of the state of meditation that was. Then I remember almost instantly, with a snap of a finger, I was brought back to my normal meditative state. I was sitting there completely speechless. I wasn't trying to analyze it. I wasn't trying to understand what happened. I just knew that I was somewhere that I wasn't going to get there by myself. I don't know if that makes sense. If it does, make sure you drop a heart in the comment. After Shunya, they were playing Sadhguru's video and I was watching the videos along with all the participants, and this time there was something completely different. I remember it exactly at the exact moment that it happened. I was sitting there smiling with tears falling down my face, and I couldn't even explain why I was feeling like that. I just felt this overwhelming sense of closeness. It honestly felt like the biggest hug. I don't know how to explain it. There was just so much love and gratitude between me and Sadhguru. It wasn't admiration. It wasn't obsession. It wasn't anything that, I would really describe it as emotion in a normal sense. It felt very intimate and close, like someone had touched something so deeply inside me that words and conversations couldn't really reach. After the session, something happened that I will never forget. A woman walked up to me and said something that really made everything make sense to me. She said, "I've been watching you during the program and you look like you were in love with Sadhguru." And I'm like, yeah, that made sense because that's how I was feeling at the moment. I felt so much love and gratitude towards him. And then she looked at me again and she's like, "I think you have met your guru." And at that moment, I'm like, wow, this is what it means to have a guru. The second she said those words, everything clicked to me. And I'm like, okay, this is how I'm feeling. This is what is happening. Looking back, I don't think Sadhguru became my guru on that specific day. He had chosen me long before that. That day, I actually became capable of accepting and recognizing what it meant to have a guru and what it meant to have Sadhguru as my guru. And I feel like it took me a long time to get there. But once I get there, I came back home with a lot more devotion and I understood, the path. I could just kind of make sense of everything. And it felt really good to be kind of understood in my own space and not be confused, and my path to be so clear in front of me. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and loved watching it. If you did, please make sure you share it with a friend, like and comment and subscribe to my channel, because I'm going to be posting so many more videos about Sadhguru, my Isha experiences, and about Ayurveda.